Welcome to Earthy Remedy. If you've been looking for a simple, food-first evening ritual to ease digestion, cue calm before bed, and add a little shine and comfort to your scalp, this episode is for you. Today, we're talking about sweet basil, Ocimum basilicum, that bright green snap you hear when you crush a fresh leaf. Stay with me to the end, because I'll walk you through two exact single-serve recipes you can try tonight: a Warm Basil Night Sip and a short contact basil scalp mist, and a conservative 7-day microtrial so you can measure what changes.
Let's start with what sweet basil actually is. Basil is a culinary herb in the mint family. The species most of us keep in pots or buy at the market is Ocimum basilicum. You'll see Italian-type basils with broad, tender leaves, great for gentle infusions, and Thai and other varietals with a brighter, anise-like or peppery note. For tonight's recipes, I recommend fresh leaves when available. They carry more of the volatile aroma that helps the sensory experience. Dried basil works too. Think 1 teaspoon dried equals about 2 to 4 fresh leaves, but the smell and the mouthfeel are different. We mainly use the leaves, bruise them lightly to release the oils, steep or simmer, then strain. Now, what can basil do for you? I'll be careful with language here. Basil may support light digestive cueing and sensory wind-down, and many people notice a comforting aroma that helps them relax. For skin and hair, short-contact diluted basil infusion can offer a pleasant scent and some surface soothing that makes hair feel softer and smell fresh. We're not claiming cures. Herbs are supportive cues. So say this with me. Basil may support relaxation, may support gentle digestive comfort after a meal, and for surface use, it may help scalp comfort or shine when used briefly and diluted.
Let's break those benefits into 3 quick categories. First, nervous system and sleep. A warm, aromatic sip, like the sip we'll make, acts as a calming ritual. It signals to your body that the day is winding down, and many listeners find that predictable rituals make it easier to transition towards sleep. Second, digestion. A small basil infusion after a heavier evening meal can gently cue digestion. People report less post-meal bloating or discomfort when they make small, consistent changes. Third, skin and hair. Used short contact as a cooled mist, basil's aroma and mild surface properties can refresh the scalp and hair without heavy oils. Again, short contact and diluted.
A quick practical snapshot before the recipes. You can sip a small warm basil infusion 20 to 40 minutes before bed. You can also use a cooled diluted basil infusion as a scalp mist, sprayed from a comfortable distance for a light scent and a little surface softness. Important, if you plan any near face or scalp use, patch test first. I'll guide you through a simulated on-air patch test in a moment, but please do a real 24-hour forearm patch at home before using the mist on your scalp or near your face.
Safety primer and an on-air simulated patch test. I can't perform this for you, but I'll walk you through exactly what to do. Make a small cooled basil infusion, about 1 teaspoon dried or 1 small fresh leaf, steeped in a 1/4 cup hot water for 10 minutes. Then, once it's room temperature, dab a dime-sized drop on the inner forearm. Watch that spot for immediate stinging, redness, itching, or swelling. Then leave it, do not wash, and observe over the next 24 hours for delayed reactions. If you see any redness, itching, swelling, or develop breathing changes, stop and seek care. High-risk groups: if you have known allergies to the Lamiaceae family, severe eczema, or are pregnant and considering concentrated botanicals, check with your clinician before trying near-face products. That's the conservative approach.
Okay, now for the main payoff. First recipe name, Warm Basil Night Sip. Ingredients: 2 to 4 fresh basil leaves or 1 teaspoon dried basil, 1 cup hot water, and for adults, an optional ½ teaspoon of honey. Equipment: a mug, kettle, and a small strainer if you're using loose leaves. Instructions: gently bruise the leaves between your fingers to release the aroma. Place them in your mug, pour just off the boil water over the leaves, cover and steep for 6 to 8 minutes. Covering traps the aroma and gives a fuller flavor. Strain if needed. Let cool to a warm, not hot, temperature, and sip slowly about 20 to 40 minutes before bed. Frequency guidance: try this 2 to 4 nights a week during your 7-day microtrial to notice patterns.
A few notes on the night sip. If you prefer a lighter flavor,
use 2 leaves. If you like it stronger, use 4. Dried basil, use a level teaspoon. Steeping time matters. 6 to 8 minutes gives a nice aromatic profile without bitterness. If you add honey, do so after it cools a little. Keep the ritual simple. Dim lights, sit for 5 slow breaths, and notice the scent as you sip. That ritual element is often what helps signal rest.
Second recipe, Short Contact Basil Scalp Mist. Name your batch clearly. Short Contact Basil Scalp Mist. Ingredients for a single-serve strong infusion. 4 to 6 fresh basil leaves steeped in 1 cup hot water for 8 to 10 minutes. For first use, dilute that infusion 1 to 3 with filtered water. That means 1 part infusion to 3 parts water. Equipment, a heat-safe jar, fine strainer, and a small spray bottle. Instructions, steep the leaves, strain into a jar, cool completely in the fridge, perform a 24-hour patch test on your inner forearm. Then, if no reaction, pour the diluted mix into your spray bottle. Mist from about 20 to 30 centimeters from the scalp. Avoid eyes and broken skin. Target the scalp and hair ends. Use once weekly initially and rinse or wash hair if you notice any irritation. Refrigerate any strained infusion and use within 24 to 48 hours. Discard if cloudy or off-smelling.
A few practical storage and single-use math notes. Make a single-serve infusion each time if you can. If you must store, strain fully, cool, and keep refrigerated no more than 24 to 48 hours. If the infusion smells fermented or looks cloudy, discard. For dilution math, if you have a 1/4 cup of strong infusion, add 3/4 cup filtered water to reach the 1 to 3 dilution for first use. Label the bottle with the date and toss after 2 days. And again, avoid essential oils or concentrated forms near the face unless you've consulted a trained clinician. Those can be too strong. Now, the conservative 7-day microtrial template, this is how you test without guessing. Pick one ritual tonight, either the Warm Basil Night Sip or the Short Contact Basil Scalp Mist after a successful 24-hour patch test. Each evening for 7 days, log 4 fields: evening calm on a 0 to 10 scale, sleep latency in minutes, digestive comfort on a 0 to 10 scale, and any skin or scalp notes, including irritation, on a 0 to 10 scale. Also note any other changes, like mood or scent preference. Stop rules. Stop immediately if you see redness, itching, swelling, stinging eyes, or breathing changes, and consult a clinician. If you're pregnant, breastfeeding, on medication, or have severe eczema or Lamiaceae allergies, check with your clinician before starting the microtrial.
Sourcing, swaps, and small variations. Choose culinary-grade basil from a reputable seller, or grow a small pot. Homegrown is great because you know the freshness. If basil isn't available, or you need a gentler alternative for the sip, swap lemon balm or chamomile for extra calming. For a woody scalp aromatic, try rosemary as an alternative, but rosemary is stronger. Patch test it too. Refrigerate strained infusions, and always err on the side of shorter storage times. Quick recap and safety reminder. Tonight, you learned what sweet basil is, how it may support gentle digestive cueing and sensory calm, and how short contact basil mist may refresh scalp and hair. You have 2 clear recipes, the Warm Basil Night Sip and the Short Contact Basil Scalp Mist, with exact single-serve measures, dilution math, and storage rules. Most important, perform a real 24-hour inner forearm patch test before any near face or scalp use. Watch reactions and stop if you see irritation. If you're in a high-risk group, known Lamiaceae allergy, severe eczema, pregnancy, check with your clinician before trying concentrated topical botanical products.
If you enjoyed this practical, safety-first approach, try the Warm Basil Night Sip tonight. If you do the patch test, come back in 24 hours and then try the diluted scalp mist once that night or later in the week. Share what you notice: evening calm scores, sleep changes, and any scalp softness. Tag Earthy Remedy on social. I love hearing what small rituals actually move the needle for you. Listen to your body. Trust the earth. Feel the difference.